Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jack and Emma podcast. Today we're going to practice a very useful skill, speaking English on the phone. Many English learners feel confident when talking face-to-face, but phone conversations can feel much more difficult because you can't see the other person's expression. You only hear the voice, so listening becomes very important. That's why today's lesson will help you feel more confident answering calls, making calls, and having natural conversations on the phone. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jack and Emma podcast. Today we're going to practice a very useful skill, speaking English on the phone. Many English learners feel confident when talking face-to-face, but phone conversations can feel much more difficult because you can't see the other person's expression. You only hear the voice, so listening becomes very important. That's why today's lesson will help you feel more confident answering calls, making calls, and having natural conversations on the phone. Let's imagine a simple situation. I'm at home in the evening and my phone starts ringing. I look at the screen and see it's Jack calling me. I answer the phone and say, "Hello, this is Emma speaking." This is a very natural and polite way to answer a call, especially if you want to sound clear and professional. And I might say, "Hi Emma, it's Jack. How are you doing?" That's one of the most common ways to start a friendly phone conversation. You simply introduce yourself and ask how the other person is. It immediately makes the conversation comfortable. I smile and say, "Hi, Jack. I'm doing well, thanks. I just finished dinner and was relaxing at home. How about you?" This kind of answer keeps the conversation flowing naturally and gives the other person something to respond to. I reply, "I'm good too. I just got home from work and I wanted to call to see if you're free this weekend." This is very common. Many phone calls happen because someone wants to make plans or ask a quick question. I think for a moment and answer, "I think I'm free on Saturday afternoon. Did you have something in mind?" Asking, "Did you have something in mind?" is a great way to invite the other person to explain their idea. I say, "Yes, actually. There's a new cafe downtown and I thought it might be nice to check it out together. I heard they have really good coffee and desserts." This sounds like a natural invitation in a casual conversation. I laugh and reply, "That sounds great. You know I never say no to coffee and cake. What time were you thinking?" This is the kind of playful response friends often use. I answer, "Maybe around 2 in the afternoon. That way we can take our time and maybe walk around the city afterward." Adding extra details makes the conversation feel more real and natural. I say, 2 o'clock works for me. It's been a while since we had time to catch up, so that sounds like a good plan." This kind of sentence is useful when making plans with friends. Then I might say, "Perfect. I'll text you the address later tonight so it's easy to find." Phone calls often end with simple arrangements like this. But phone calls aren't always casual. Sometimes they're for practical things like making appointments. Let's imagine another situation. I need to call a dental clinic to make an appointment. I dial the number and wait for someone to answer. The receptionist answers and says, "Good morning, City Dental Clinic. How can I help you?" This is a common professional greeting. I respond, "Hi, I'd like to make an appointment with the dentist, please." That sentence is simple and useful for many situations, not just healthcare. The receptionist may ask, "Sure, are you a new patient or have you visited us before?" This is a typical follow-up question. I answer, "I'm a new patient. This will be my first visit." It's a short, clear response that gives the information needed. The receptionist replies, "We have an opening on Thursday at 10 a.m. Would that work for you?" This is common appointment language. I say, "Yes, that works for me. Thank you." It's simple and direct. Another common phone situation is calling a restaurant for takeaway food. Let's practice that too. I call a pizza place and say, "Hi, I'd like to place an order for delivery." The employee answers, "Sure, what would you like to order?" That's very common in delivery calls. I reply, "I'd like 1 large pepperoni pizza and a bottle of orange juice." That's simple ordering language. Then the employee asks, "Can I have your address, please?" And you simply provide it. These short phone calls are perfect for English practice because they're repetitive and easy to remember. Another challenge for learners is when they don't hear something clearly on the phone. In that case, don't panic. You can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "The connection is a little bad. Could you say that again?" These are extremely useful phrases. Yes, and native speakers say these all the time too. You don't need to understand everything immediately. Asking someone to repeat is completely normal. Let's imagine I'm calling Emma again, but the signal is poor. I say, "Hi Emma, can you hear me?" I answer, "I can hear you, but the connection is not very clear. Could you repeat that?" That's exactly how people speak in real life. "Sure, I was asking if you'd like to join me for lunch tomorrow." Short and clear is best on the phone. I reply, "Yes, I'd love to. Sorry, the signal is better now." That keeps the conversation smooth. Phone calls at work can also be important. For example, imagine calling a coworker. You might say, "Hi, this is Jack from the marketing team. I'm calling about tomorrow's meeting." This sounds professional and natural. And the coworker might reply, "Hi, Jack. Yes, what do you need?" That's simple workplace phone English. I could say, "I just wanted to confirm the meeting starts at 9 a.m., right?" Confirming information by phone is very common. And the answer may be, "Yes, that's right. See you tomorrow." Short and direct. Before we finish, remember that phone conversations are all about confidence. Even if your English isn't perfect, you can still communicate very well with simple phrases. Exactly. Start with basic calls. Practice answering, making plans, asking for information, and repeating key phrases. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Our challenge for you today is simple. Pretend to make a phone call in English. Practice introducing yourself, asking a question, and ending the conversation politely. Even practicing alone will help a lot. That's it for today's lesson. We hope this episode helps you feel more confident speaking English on the phone in real life. Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep practicing every day, and we'll see you in the next Jack and Emma podcast episode.